think it's the first time they doing it there, and with a name like that, I can pop something.
Yeah.
The AllStar app, the #1 app in the business. UFC, Bellator, One Championship, PFL, and more. Get the app right now. Link in description.
Tyson, what you cooking, man? You got the apron on.
I ain't got no apron. I got a fanny pack.
Oh, I
It was
thought
close.
that.
It was close.
All right, all right, all right, man. All right. So, are you engaged, man? Are you off the market now? Is that what's going on?
I am engaged. Yes, yes. Um, I know it's a big surprise to all my family and friends just because I always used to make fun of them, but I mean, it's all good. It was about that time.
Now, let's get into it, man. The flyweight division, man. There's many guys coming up like yourself. You know, you're sitting in the rankings as well. What did you think about that fourth fight between Moreno and Figueiredo?
Every time they fight, I mean, it was always exciting. They always put on a great show, and they did show the MMA community that the flyweights are exciting, and we do good work.
Do you want to see a fifth fight?
No, I don't want to see the fifth fight. I mean, even Figueiredo himself said that he doesn't like to make that 125 cut anymore, so he's moving up to 135. But yeah, it'd be nice to see the other guys fighting each other for that belt.
What about you, man? Do you ever think about that? Think about like not making the cut anymore and just fighting at bantamweight?
No, I feel like I train harder. I'm in better shape when I have to make that weight. At 135, you know, is I don't got to put a whole lot of work into it to make that weight. But I mean, you know, one making 125 pounds, I gotta eat, sleep, breathe it for like a good 8 weeks to make that weight. So really disciplined, and I like that aspect when I do have to make that cut.
Yeah, when I was talking to Dan Hooker about that as well, when he was cutting down to 145, he said that because of the cut that he had to be laser focused, but then at the end of the day, it kind of hurt his performance as well. For you, it doesn't hurt your performance. It seems like it's making you better, right?
Yeah, I I I always said that I always do my best work at 125, merely because I do have to train harder. I got to be more on point, precise, and I'm usually always the bigger guy at 125, so that's always a nice thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where I do my best work.
March 11th, man, you're gonna return. The last time we spoke, it was after the O'Day fight, and you said you wanted to get back November, December. What took so long?
My coaches had a couple of family trips in December, so I was thinking January, but I think that the UFC they were booked. I mean, they're the best organization, so they got their fights lined up just months in advance, and just so happened, I guess March 11th was the date for my next return.
Did you leave the island to train or anything during that time?
I didn't. I didn't. I've been here in Hawaii the entire time, just working, getting better, and I mean, I thought I was gonna fight in 4 months, so happened to be 6, so it was extra time to train to get better and show you guys what I may have learned over that 6 months time.
Bruno Silva, man, the bulldog. What do you see in him, in his style?
Ooh, I like his style. I mean, he looks like he favors the striking, but I mean, he is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, as well as he trains with Henry Cejudo. So there's not there. I don't feel like there's a lot of holes. He's good all the way around. I enjoyed watching him compete a couple of times, so I'm excited.
You know, when fighters get into the rankings, they get this change of heart and they want to fight other guys in the rankings. Are you taking the approach of just like taking whatever fights you can take now and not really focusing on like a number next to the name?
Um, well, I did try and call out a guy that was in the rankings, but they gave me Bruno, which I mean, a lot of us sit right at that 15, right outside that 15 spot. So I mean, that's who we'll be fighting to just keep on putting on good performance, so that we do keep on moving up, so we can call out those guys at the top 10, top 5 as we move up the ladder. But I'm happy punching anybody in the face. That's what we like to do, and that's what we get paid to do. And a day's job.
Silva, man, he's coming off back-to-back knockouts, back-to-back performance bonuses. You're coming off a performance bonus. I think a lot of people are expecting a striker's delight in this one, man. A lot of speed and power.
Yeah, just judging by both of our styles and what we like to do, how we like to finish fights. I mean, it should be exciting. I'm glad that they put it on early on in the day, get the crowd started early up in that the theater at the Virgin Hotels.
You get to actually pop that cherry, right? So to
Yeah,
say,
it's
at
the
the Virgin
first.
Hotel.
That's definitely the first. I think that's the first time they doing it there, and with a name like that, I can pop something.
Yeah. You talked about a lot of changes you made ahead of the Ode Osborne fight due to the injury and the surgery and all that stuff. Continuing those lifestyle changes, man. What impact has that had? Continuing that,
Man, I feel better than ever. Just mentally, I feel physically strong. I'm mentally strong. And I'm just healthier in general. I got I think even at the point of being 2 weeks out from a fight, I usually don't feel this good. So I do like to probably contribute it from just a few healthy changes in my lifestyle, and here we are.
yeah, you're the modern day Benjamin Buttons, basically.
Yeah.
You're going backwards, man. Do you feel as fast as you did in your 20s, though? You look as fast.
I swear I got faster. Like usually at this age, I mean, you're topped off, you're peaked out, but for some odd reason, I'm still getting better. I'm still getting a little bit quicker. I'm still getting a little bit stronger. So with all of that, I mean, I feel like I may have a really great performance in 2 weeks.
There's a lot of guys and girls that are entering the UFC in their early 20s, and you've been around the game for a while. In the past, what were the worst habits you had during training camp that you really, in a way, regret?
Drinking alcohol, not doing enough cardiovascular, just everything, just not even eating healthy, occasional McDonald's here and there. I mean, it was everything. It was everything. I wasn't living the lifestyle that a professional athlete should. But now I feel like, man, I just eat, sleep, and breathe it.
So are you back at Gracie Techniques for this training camp?
Yes. Gracie Techniques, and in the same facility as Legacy Muay Thai. So I got my two coaches up over there, and we're working out a master plan.
There you go. And I heard you're working with Russell Doan, man. Is he still fighting?
He has not competed in a while, but yeah, he's part of our training crew, and he always helps out whenever he can.
Is he kind of like a coach in a way?
He always has had that coach's ability. He's even supported me for a few of my fights already. So I mean, whatever he wants to do, if he wants to compete again or even just coach again, I mean, he'll do great at both.
You guys both have good striking. You guys both have the knockout power. What do you see in yourself in this fight?
Yeah, he likes to throw that right hand. I like to throw that right hand. We can play right hand for right hand because I feel like I like that gamble whenever I'm doing that.
You've been around the game. You've been all around the world. I just wanted to ask you about the biggest culture shock that you've ever had. Have you had that before, traveling the world?
Oh yeah, I've fought in Russia, Moscow, and St. Petersburg, and also Kazakhstan. So I mean, Americans are probably allowed to travel there right now. Am I right about that? So I mean, just that in itself, like I literally just went somewhere where people can't go anymore.
What was the
places like
shock
that?
of it?
Well, just I mean, you don't go to a lot of places where you don't know the language. You go. I think in actuality, I love traveling to different places. Um, I like seeing different cultures, but I guess just Russia in general is just one of those little taboo places right now. That I think that was the biggest shot. Like it almost seemed like even back then, like Russians probably don't care too much about Americans, and Americans don't care about Russians. So just that in general is just like a different vibe, a different feel. Especially I'm like if I'm fighting their country's hero over there, they hate me even more.
And you don't look American though. Let's be honest. So did they like? Some people probably didn't even know.
A lot of people actually almost thought like I was from like Kazakhstan or something. I guess like certain like features.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever someone asks me like, oh, where you're from, I don't say USA, I say Hawaii, and they tend to like that a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think it's
for
almost
sure,
something
man.
that they only read about in fairy tale books, like this place in the middle of the ocean.
One last thing, man. Jake Paul, man, he just lost to Tommy Fury.
I literally just heard that about right before I jumped on with you. I was like, oh man, that sucks. What was it, a split decision?
Yeah, it was split decision, but I guess
Oh,
Tommy Fury did win the fight though.
even worse. It's like you can't be added to that. Did you see the discrepancy in his records of wins to losses?
Yeah,
Tommy
yeah,
Fury's is like it's something crazy, and yeah, you can't get added to that number.
It's wild, man. It's a wild world, man. March 11th, man, you're back in action. UFC Fight Night at the theater in Virgin Hills. Go in the descriptions, download the AllStar app. Tyson, it's always good catching up with you, man, and all the best in this fight, man. It's gonna be a wild year.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.